Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Talk. I am Boy, aka Ezra KT, and today I am joined with your favorite host Dimpho, and with our guest Frisco.
Yeah, Frisco.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Now you guys look okay. I hope you guys are ready for today's topic.
Hopefully.
This one is gonna boil your blood. Today we are talking about oh damn, it's a taxi. Today we are talking about abortion and who has the right, women or men? What do you guys think?
Statistically, it's women.
Statistically, it's women.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, and you, Frisco, what do you say?
Well, I would love to hear her point first, man, because I know, there's something I want to say. But I believe, both parties, yeah, well,
Right.
Okay.
yeah, I believe both parties have a say.
Okay.
Because, let's think about it, guys.
Okay.
We are both in this together. First things first, we like each other, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We go home together, we have intercourse, right?
Okay.
And very in intercourse is against Guti in some cases, things might go left, and you're not alone. It's still the both of you in this situation.
Okay. Now, what happens if we disagree? Like the male disagrees, or the female disagrees. So now there's a conflict of interest. What happens in that situation now? How do we handle this?
I believe when it comes to that situation, I think we'll need a professional advice or something like that.
Like
Because
what, a third person.
Yeah, you do need a third person when there are such disagreements. Because this is a matter of life and death. It's now we're talking about a child here who's about to be born, either gonna be born or not, depending on the decision or the outcome of the decision.
Okay.
So that's why English Guti, sometimes in a way you do need an advisor. You need a person who can maybe give you
Okay.
a great sight on how you should take the initiative.
I like your answer. Dimpho, what do you have to say?
Right. I believe it's a 50-50 kind of a situation.
50-50.
I said statistically it's women,
Statistically.
right? I'm not
Alright.
saying women should really decide. Yeah, I feel like maybe both of them do have the say.
Okay.
In terms of obviously the man created the baby.
Okay.
And the woman is going to be the one that's going to carry the baby for 9 months.
Okay.
Whereas the man won't understand how hard that would actually be. So I do agree.
No, we
with
understand
the-
it's very hard. It looks hard,
Well,
walking
not
around
for
with a
all
big
men.
belly, that kind of looks
Okay,
hard.
do that.
Yeah.
But
carry
yeah,
on.
I can genuinely say that, I think.
Okay. Now, in my opinion, okay, what if I don't want the baby now? And you're saying you want to have the baby, but I don't want to have the baby.
We go through a legal procedure.
Okay, like what? We go to a lawyer.
That kind of thing.
Okay, what? So
Legally,
what?
you
So-
both are the parents, but I'm not going to force you to pay for somebody you never wanted, for something you never wanted from the onset. So
Yeah, maybe you, but other women, they do force a lot of men to pay for, the child support.
Yeah.
Even though at that time, they said, no, it's fine, I can raise the baby on my own. But then they
Right.
have difficulty down the line.
Yeah.
And now they're going to call the man and be like, yo, you need to take care of the child.
Right.
Okay, in that situation, how do we handle that?
A legal procedure.
A legal procedure. Do we have legal procedures like that here in South Africa?
Probably.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Just I want to know, what's the root of all like the decisions coming to an abortion? Like, well, why should we even go there in the first place?
It happens
Why?
because right now the baby was unplanned, right? Obviously, that's when you'd want to abort the baby. We didn't plan on having a baby, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready to have kids right now. I'm not financially stable and
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe I don't want to have kids. Okay, so I'm like, no, we had need to abort the baby. See,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't feel okay if you would, you would agree to have the baby, even though maybe my decision is that I don't want to have kids, but now you want to have the kid. You see,
Yeah.
now that's a problem for me.
Wow, what's your take on it? Like, why should we? Okay, why are there abortions in the first place? Like,
I think I should also go with Ezra. Financial stability, especially in the economy that we're currently living in today. Yeah, the cost of living is really high. So, and it's not a lot of people. We can also talk about unemployment.
Yeah.
Unemployment
Yeah.
rate is very hard. So, yeah.
Hey guys, I understand, but hey, you know what there are consequences into abortions, right? Like,
Okay,
having
like
to
what?
do abortions.
Elaborate. Like, what are the consequences?
Mina ke ngizokhulumela ama-African.
Okay.
I'm talking about everybody who's watching out there who's an African. First things first, we believe in tradition, you know, as African people. So we know what when it comes to things like abortion, those are one of the bad things to do, especially as a female, in our tradition, as well as a man, because we believe Uguti that follows you around for a very long time. So if you were to agree upon the abortion and it happens, then later on in life you find yourself wanting to settle down and wanting to start a family, you can't conceive.
Okay, what is that caused due to the result because you had an abortion?
Yeah, that becomes the root
So
of
what,
it.
like you now cursed because you killed that baby. Now you're not gonna have other babies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for people who believe in that type of stuff.
No,
It is.
It's true. Yeah,
Traditionally.
maybe to you guys, but for me, we live in a normal world. This is a normal society, and right now, babies is a normal thing. Okay? It is a normal thing.
Okay, I
Yes.
get you. I get your perspective. I mean, I understand because we living in what
Yeah.
2025 right now, and
21st century. My
everybody has their own opinion. But like as I said, I'm speaking for African traditional people.
Okay.
You know, because
now, let's not talk about the African.
No.
traditional
Can I put my point first?
Okay. Go on.
As I said, I'm speaking for African traditional people. This thing follows you around to the point where now you want to start a family, you end up not being able to conceive. As a woman, they tell you, okay, now you can't have babies, or you end up having miscarriages throughout. And as a man as well, you end up they tell you, now you can't produce babies yourself as well. And that ends up having you to be in a situation whereby now your wife leaves you or the husband leaves you.
Okay.
As
But
a wife. that becomes a
but
problem.
I don't like that sort of belief because right now, people who you telling other people to believe that, or maybe you're not even saying that people should believe that, but the fact that people believe that now, people are gonna have babies, unwanted babies that they cannot take care of them because their culture or whatever the culture tells them that you're not allowed to have babies and stuff like that.
But
Now we'll have kids roaming around, random kids right now. Right now, look at orphans, bro. We have orphans running around right here because why? We did not abort them. We didn't abort them. You decided to have a baby, and now you're unable to take care of that baby. And what happened? That baby ran away because they were living in an abusive home and stuff. There's many scenarios. But I hope you I hope I am making sense though.
Well, you are in a way, but I'm gonna stick to my own belief because I believe everybody is a blessing. There's a reason why there's a baby, and there's a reason why you became a baby, and they didn't abort you in the first place. There's a reason why I'm here.
So you are saying like abortion is wrong, right?
It is very wrong.
But here, okay, it's wrong.
Very wrong.
But now we're talking about who has the right. Who has the right to abortion, man or a woman in this case? Put yourself in that case, in those shoes that, okay, I'm having a baby, but I'm not ready for now. But my girlfriend, she wants to have a baby, but I don't want the baby. I don't want the baby, okay? I'm still focused on myself and building myself.
But
and
can
my
we be
career and
honest
stuff.
though? Some of the reasons for us not wanting babies is because we are scared of what our families are gonna say, or we are scared of the part of we're gonna be dependent towards our families, or the criticism coming with the babies.
Yeah, especially for young.
If you
young
were
to have that baby.
but if you were to be supported by your parents, your family, everyone, you wouldn't even feel the bear of having to get money or having to go for work, because you know, Guti, you have support. That's why they say it takes a village to raise a child. You know, so I believe, Guti, when you have those stems within your family, I mean, you can be good. That's why in Guti, it's bad for your abortion. You know, for some people it's good because of the predicament that they are on at that particular time.
Okay, that's his point. Dimpho?
So what about the take on about the back in the days, right, in China, if a woman was pregnant and that child was born, if that child was not a male, they had to be killed. And I'm talking about a firstborn.
Oh yeah, I know
They had
about
to be
that.
killed. So what about that?
That was for like
Military
population control and military
Purposes,
processes or whatever. That was why. But for not wanting to have female babies, that was kind of like gender discrimination or something, or going through something like that. Because why particularly are you only supposed to have a son and not a girl?
Yeah, but the world's population is dominated by females.
It's a 50-50. If you check the stats, if you check the stats, there's like 51% women and then 49% men.
I believe that's why they were killing. I'm sorry if I'm putting it out. I believe that's why they were unaliving them, because they saw there's a majority of women rather than men, you know, and men were needed because China is creating one of the biggest military armies in the world that they have, of which they have now today, you know. So I think it worked.
And back in those times, the people who were more in labor were the men, you know. During that time, China was in the process of building, and we needed strong men, you know, to pick up heavy rocks to build the Great Wall of China. So we're like, okay, what do we need girls for, women for, you know, for what? Household stuff. Back then, they didn't need women and that stuff, and that's the opinion I can probably say. Yeah. But in this topic, we're about, you know, abortion. You see, abortion. Why? Who has the final say? Who has the final say? Because for me, yes, I'm for abortion. Because it might come a time, you know, where I'll be like, okay, look, I don't want kids, right? And then you get pregnant, I get a girl pregnant that I don't want as my baby mama, or I don't see fit as a person who should be carrying my child. So I tell her to abort that child, bro. Wow. See, and she has to respect that, because I mean, that girl will be carrying my legacy.
Yo, I'm taking it back, but hey, okay.
and right now, the problem is that yes, the woman, they'll go and then they'll have the baby, right? And then the baby will grow up. The baby will want to know their father. Yeah, they want to know their father.
Yeah.
You see.
Okay, we were talking more about the problems that women face, right? Having abortion, right? Can we talk about that?
Like, yeah, we can't talk about that.
Like, because like we were talking about abortion and how like who has the final say, right? But can we speak more on the problems that women face during these times? Because I mean, as much as we can speak about the abortion being there and available, and is it necessary or not, like, women, you're the ones who are going through a lot when it comes to having the process. How is it? Like,
sorry to all you women,
you know. So
okay, so I would say what I know, right? Women are more internally strong than men. That's what I know. Okay, women go through period pains. Women go through childbirth.
We also go through hard pains.
Whatever. You right now are seeing it out of a physical form. You understand? Like your man.
You're putting it like an emotional form.
Yeah, I'm talking internally, inside. Women go through the most.
Okay.
How many?
We also go through the most.
In terms of what?
Like in terms of emotions and psychological
emotionally stuff. Though.
Like,
because
a lot more men kill themselves. Because we are going through the most.
That's
men.
true.
Yeah, you women are fine. You women, I don't know what you guys.
But in terms of the abortion phase, we talking about the process.
Not emotionally, internal pain.
Like you guys cry all the time, no? Come on, you guys.
What's that supposed to
Women
mean?
cry all the time. So how can you tell me you women are the strongest emotionally?
It is true.
It is true.
Yes.
Okay, based on what
Genetically
facts?
speaking, it is true.
Genetically
So,
speaking, all right.
yes, my friend.
So, what takes place?
In terms of
The abortion steps.
Yeah.
Like from drinking tablets, like because we
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
see we get to see this being depicted in movies,
Oh, yeah,
whereby
yeah.
women, when they have abortion, you see there's a pool of blood coming out of them, and you can tell this is painful.
Yeah,
to
that's like
them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't it like the second stages of abortion? Because there's levels to abortion.
I'm not
There's
knowledgeable
the
of that. I
there's
don't
the
wanna
early
lie.
stage
I just
of
know the
abortion
part
where
they have to take out the baby physically. You have to.
yeah,
be
that's like maybe like the late
conscious at that
stage
time.
where they have
So
to
obviously it's
surgically.
painful, so
Yeah, that's where they have to surgically remove the baby. But in the early stage where you can just take a pill, you know, you just flush out the baby.
yeah.
You know, that's the easy stage here. See, that's like the stage where it's an easy decision to make even for you. Because you don't have a living, breathing, you know, baby with hands and legs as yet.
Right.
So it's still just an embryo, you know, still a smushy thing of blood, you know, and cells. So, but then when there's a later stage, when now it's a kind of a human being, yeah, it is kind of complicated. It is kind of complicated.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I was once a baby, you know, for the fact that I'm here
Yeah, me too.
and I'm grown. That's why it scares me to the point that there are people out there who are thinking of abortion, who are thinking of killing kids. You
Yeah,
know,
it's-
because I mean, if there was more emphasis on abortion from 20 years back going forward, I mean, I don't think most of us here could have been alive.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If there was more
Let's-
emphasis.
yeah, let's
Because
go.
most parents got their kids at a young age,
Exactly,
like in
you
their
know.
20s
Okay.
and their teenage years. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but okay, what do you think started the whole abortion concept for you guys? What do you think started abortion?
I think for me, you want to start?
no,
Okay, I think for me, it's having okay, not I would say
the population. Maybe.
Yeah, we can also say
it could be a population as well,
control.
but as well as the fact that you become you get in a relationship with a person you actually don't like, or
Yeah,
a
like it's
person
a one
you
night
don't
stand.
love.
I don't want to have a kid with
You know. So that's how it is. So there are many ways, many dynamics you can add up to. That's why I don't know, man, but I'm just thinking out of the box. With maybe that could have been the way.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I
Okay. Yeah. I can say, like I said, population control. That could be the reasons why we have abortion, and yeah, many things like having a one night stand with someone you did not intend of, you know, sleeping with, and then they end up getting pregnant. Now you don't want to have a baby with them. You see, that's where abortion now comes into play, guys. Okay, guys, we are done for the podcast right now. I'm going to give it to Dimpho. Dimpho, please take us home.
All right, thank you so much for joining this interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did. Make sure you comment down below on any recommendations of what you think the next topic should be on. You can also follow us on our Facebook at Hillcross College of Higher Education and on our TikTok at Hillcross Media. Once again, have a beautiful week. Thank you.
Thank you very much.